hand me a flashlight. It always seemed like I broke down in the dark, and go to work. He'd pull wrenches and yank on alternators and water pumps till he peeled all the skin off his knuckles, blood mixing with grime, until I flipped my clip-on tie over one shoulder and reached in with my free hand to help. "Quit," he would hiss. "You'll get dirty." I thought he was the toughest man I ever knew, but now I know he was just as tough as he had to be. He broke bones and just let them mend on their own, not to show off, but because insurance was something you get only at a good job. I guess that life broke everything but his heart. He worked at the end of a shovel handle for 20 years, till he finally landed work at the mill in Jacksonville, Alabama, when he was in his 30s. He armored his body like a medieval knight and went to work in the opening room, where he used bolt cutters to snip steel bands off 500-pound bales of cotton. The bales, bound under thousands of pounds of pressure, would explode apart, and the bands, sharp as razor blades, would go winging through the air. I got a call one afternoon to tell me one of the bands had stabbed him in the face under his goggles, a 1/16 of an inch to the right. He would have lost his eye. He was back at work that day. Things like that happen, he told me, and shrugged. I asked him why he risked it. He ticked the reasons off on his fingers. Insurance, retirement, decent money. A little bit later, he got a few pennies more an hour to go work in the mill itself, where every breath drew the potential for disease into his lungs. He was still there in winter of 2001 as rumors thickened that the mill was closing down. I'll never forget how he looked as I walked into my mother's house that night in March, big hands on his knees, afraid. And then I knew. It was a matter of distance. The distance between a hard, hot, dirty, dangerous job and a shovel handle. "I don't know," he began, and then his voice just left him. He rubbed his face. You could see the permanent stain of grease on his hand, under the skin. "I don't know what to do." He had wrecked old trucks into trees when the front ends fell out or the bald tires blew, had jacks slip and cars fall on him, and had tumbled from trees with a chainsaw buzzing in his fists. For fun, he walked the mountains in pitch black, chasing his coon dogs across foot logs and drop-offs where a misstep would leave him freezing in the pines. But what finally scared him that night was talk of the end of the world. I decided to write these stories that night. It is not about him, but about the rest of them, the people of the mill. It has been known by various names: Hide Mill, Profile, Union Yarn, but the people were the same, the people of the mountains. Each chapter tells a story of a separate life, though the sufferings they endured do run together across the pages. They are grim in many places and sad in spaces in between. But when I told that to a friend, worried that no one would stick with such a book cover to cover, he told me not to worry. "Well, it ain't a damn barn dance, is it?" he said. "It's an American tragedy." I know some smart people will say these workers should have known better than to tie their lives so long to such a thing. The world economy changes. Jobs come and go. Business is not in business to make jobs, but money. I understand that too. But it seems to me that life made a lot more sense in this country when we made things, built things. It's got to the point, my brother Sam said, that the only thing we make in this country is money. They do not deserve, people this tough, to vanish, not in the clay and not out.